Let me say something most people aren't ready to hear. You are not awake. You may think you are, because you move, speak, choose, react. But that isn't awakening. That's mechanical life. That's habit wearing the mask of choice. This is what Gurdjieff taught, and it's the hardest truth I ever had to accept. Until you begin inner work, deep, conscious, consistent inner work, you are asleep, a machine, repeating reactions, living borrowed thoughts, playing roles you never chose. And that's where the real meaning of Christmas begins, not in celebration, but in shock. You see, Gurdjieff didn't teach Christmas as a holiday. He revealed it as a spiritual signal, a symbol of the birth of real I, not the personality, not the name you answer to, but the silent witness beneath it all, the permanent, divine self trying to emerge through the noise. Christmas, he said, is not about memory, it's about awakening. It marks the moment in the year and in your soul when a higher energy becomes available, not for everyone, but for those who work, who watch, who remember themselves. The nativity isn't a bedtime story, it is a code. The child in the manger is the embryo of your real self, your true I, beginning to form through friction. That friction is necessary. Gurdjieff called it intentional suffering. Not pain for pain's sake, but the effort to stay awake in a world that seduces you back to sleep every moment. So let me ask you, are you willing to make the effort? Are you willing to pause, breathe, and witness the storm of automatic reactions inside you? Because the manger isn't outside, it's the still place inside you where attention is gathered and preserved. The Virgin, that's your untouched inner awareness, undefiled by ego or story. The wise men, they are the parts of you that begin to see with new eyes, even if they don't yet understand. And Herod, that's your false self, the ego, that tries to kill the birth of something real the moment it feels threatened. This is the Christmas story Gurdjieff saw, not fantasy, blueprint. But here's the challenge. Most people reject it. They want light without work, peace without effort, love without discipline. But as Gurdjieff said, without struggle, there is no progress. The Christ cannot be born in you without inner labor. It doesn't matter how many candles you light, how many carols you sing. If your consciousness is scattered, your real self remains unborn. But if, in this season, you begin to observe yourself, if you begin to resist the pull of reaction and truly watch, if you pause before speaking, feel before acting, remember yourself even for a moment, then the child is born, not all at once, not with fireworks, but slowly, invisibly, organically. You begin to feel it, the other presence inside you, the one who watches without judgment, the one who speaks without lying, the one who is always still, even as the world spins. That is your true I. That is the Christ being born in the stable of your being. One of my students once told me, I used to think Christmas was about kindness. Now I know it's about effort. It's about protecting something delicate inside me from the parts of me that want to destroy it. That is the real manger, the real struggle. Because your ego doesn't want you to wake up. It wants celebration without transformation, spirituality without sacrifice, peace without presence. But there is no awakening without the work. So this Christmas, I'm not asking you to be festive. I'm asking you to be present, to resist sleep, to notice your patterns, to practice stillness in the middle of noise, to sacrifice your mechanical self so something higher can live through you. Because when you do, the child begins to grow. And that, not tradition, not memory, not belief, that is Christmas. If this message stirred something in you, if it helped you see the path a little more clearly, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because you're not just listening to ideas, you're remembering who you truly are. And this is just the beginning.